100 years ago, Susie Parker Stringfellow chose to give everything she owned to create a hospital for her community. Many years later, that gift expanded to the creation of the Community Foundation of Northeast Alabama. As I was thinking about how to honor Susie's philanthropic legacy that spanned 100 years, a book arrived on my desk. Tom and Kitty Stoner conceived of the idea of open spaces, sacred places during a trip to London. As soon as I finished reading the book, I knew we could honor Susie's love of nature, faith, and community by creating open spaces and sacred places throughout the 9 counties served by the Community Foundation of Northeast Alabama. And our trustees agreed. We decided to create 2 sites per county, and applications were accepted from not-for-profit organizations and community groups. It was a competitive process, and not every proposed site was funded. Each approved site received a $10,000 grant, a very special and unique Open Spaces Sacred Places bench, and a marker that honored Susie specific to each site. Many sites contributed even more to the creation of their individual sites. Each site was required to contain 4 elements: a portal, a pathway, a destination, and a sense of surround. Other than that, they could develop whatever they wanted. Each site was required to have an anchor institution committed to the ongoing maintenance of the space. And the Community Foundation is committed to providing an additional $10,000 grant every 10 years to each site for the refurbishment and the maintenance and the upgrade of the sites. We are grateful to the many individuals in Northeast Alabama that partnered with the Community Foundation to create these living legacies. You're about to see one of those unique and special places, an Open Spaces Sacred Places site honoring the 100-year philanthropic legacy of Susie Parker Stringfellow.
We have a wonderful partnership with St. Joseph's on the Mountain Episcopal Church, and we are here celebrating their memorial garden. The unique feature about this site is the labyrinth. It is a great place where you can meditate on your relationship with God, your relationship with people, and the creation that God has created. We are in a perfect place to celebrate that creation in a garden.
Well, it's just a nice, relaxing place. Mentone is, of course, a small town, very small town, but at the same time, there's a lot going on with different activities, and this is just a real peaceful, tranquil place to come and be with nature and walk the paths and walk the labyrinth. And we have people come all the time. I drive by when I go into town from my house, and there are a number of people who just like to tour labyrinths, and so they come just to see, from out of town, just to see the labyrinth and walk the labyrinth.
The church sees this as our garden, but not our as possessive in the church, but possessive in the town. It is a gift to this town, and we did everything that we could first class in honor of our being here and the ministry that we have among the people here, and they have actually among us too. So we're very grateful. It was an important thing for us to do, and we continue to look after it. And all those things we have to make it a spiritual presence when people walk in, that it's just not just a garden, but a spiritual place.
We heard about the foundation by just serendipity. The more we heard, the more we said, oh, I hope they like us. And so we put together a grant for this sacred place. And we got help. By golly, we got help. Very substantial help in putting this garden together. Well, what's special about it? It focuses on indigenous plants, seasonal plantings, and then what were the components? It needed a space that was quiet and away. It needed a space where you could walk the Stations of the Cross around the property. It needed a labyrinth We have a pet cemetery. We have services out here in the gazebo. So it's a lively place and at the same time an extremely quiet place that's frequented by visitors. Men don't have many visitors, and they'll see it, and they'll park and spend an hour here. And that makes us very, very happy.
We are pleased to be partners, and we are pleased for the benefit and the uniqueness of this site and all that it brings to our open spaces, sacred places network throughout Northeast Alabama.